Hello everyone, it's Justine. Today I am making one card using the Dancing Mummy die set. And I'm also using a couple other things. So I have the Hypnotic Background Glimmer Plate. This tree came from an old set from Spellbinders called Spooky Tree. So I used the tree from the Spooky Tree die set. And then my Glimmered Sentiment came from Spooky Greetings glimmer set, and that's on the top left there. So I just glimmered my background and my sentiment off camera and die cut everything I need. So I am ready to assemble this card. And I really enjoy making moving cards, kind of the dancing element. So either a swing or moving legs of some kind, or I also made the gnome on an ornament. So that's the Holly Jolly gnome that just came out in August here. So now it is time to make some Halloween cards. So I have my mummy all ready to go. So there's not a ton of dies to this die set, which just makes it kind of easy to put together. I'm just adding some black and pink paper to the back of the top body part of the mummy. So the little holes that are on the back of the mummy head are able to show through the black and the pink. So that's going to make the eyes and the cheeks. So it's kind of making the mummy kind of cutesy with the rosy cheeks, which is kind of fun because I don't really like spooky things, but I think that the mummy having rosy cheeks makes it a little more cheerful. So I am going to assemble this by first starting with this body. So I always like to figure out where my the swinging element is going first. So I put down the legs and the body, and I knew I wanted the tree on there. So just to position my little character here, I always put it down the swinging part, like I said. So I'm using these 3D foam circles. I'm using the small circle to go on where the legs are, right there. Now that little foam circle is going to make my legs be able to move around and swing. So you don't have to put that little circle on after, but I always do just to cover up that foam area. So my swinging element is basically assembled at this point. It's that easy. And the other stuff is basically just covering that up and adding interest to the card. So if you're interested in how to make that swinging element, that's really it. So now I'm going to add on this gold tree, and I use the gold mirrored cardstock from Spellbinders to make the tree. And I think that this is kind of a fun little tree here. It is spooky, yes, but with the gold, I think it kind of warms up the card a little bit. So now to work on the rest of my mummy, I die cut out all of the wrappings for the mummy in white. I think it's like the bright white cardstock, and I just basically used scraps that I had left over just to kind of get rid of some scraps. So I'm kind of following the picture that came with the die set to figure out where to put all of my little pieces, but I'm working from top to bottom. And like I said, there isn't a ton of dies with this, so it kind of makes it easy to assemble rather quickly. Now, when I'm gluing all of these down, I am using my liquid glue. I think that it's probably the easiest way to add on die cut pieces like this. You could use a double-sided tape, but I just feel like that would be a lot of putzing around with scissors, and I'm not interested in that. So here I go. Now to put on some more wrappings on the legs, I will just glue them right to the legs as they are on the swinging element. Like I say in a few different videos, I love my reverse tweezers. I think they make projects, especially like this, really easy because I can put my paper exactly where I want it and not have to worry about my hands being in the way. I'm also going to add a little piece of candy that my mummy is going to hold, and that little piece of candy came from the other dancing character from the Boo Dance Party. So that's the dancing ghost. So I have another video coming out with the dancing ghost, and the candy was just left over, and since I saw that it was purple, I thought that's happening. So I'm going to add that little piece of candy to my mummy's hand in just a little bit here. Now this top part goes over where the legs are. So I am going to be adding some foam tape to this top part of the mummy, so it's at the same height as the popped up foam circle for the bottom. And this just really helps make the swinging element be able to swing and not get bunched up. I suppose you could do it without the foam tape, or at least put the top on without the foam tape, but I think it would be a little less mobile. The legs would be less mobile. But as always, you have to be careful of where you put your foam tape so it does not mess with the swinging mechanism. And if you are interested in using this die in other ways, I used the spring swing die that came out in this spring of 2022 with the bunny. I used that swing on a squirrel card that I made, and it turned out perfectly. So I really do enjoy these little swinging elements. There's those legs, they're moving. All right, I'm just gonna add that little candy, and I'm basically done with my card. So if you've enjoyed this video, please let me know by hitting the like button and subscribe to more videos on my channel in the future. Thanks again for watching. Bye.